Now, whether you own a blog or you're writing for clients, sometimes you need some help outlining your content. I did a video recently about how to create these outlines in WordPress, but what if you need some ideas about the content that you want to write about? Well, I'm Michael with WriterSanctuary, and today we're going to be taking a look at Surfer's free AI outline generator. Now, there's a couple of different ways that you can use Surfer's free AI outline generator. I have been trying to say that for the past 10 minutes. And you can use the keyword surfer extension that adds the ability to your browser to detect keywords. So like if you were to go to Google and search something, you can get the whole idea of it on the right hand side. In this example, you can see that if I just click on the generate article outline, it'll open up the AI tool that we're about to look at. But what if you don't want to install anything new on your browser, or perhaps you have a browser that doesn't support the extension? Well, you just go to Surfer's website. And from here, we just scroll down a hair, we go up to product, and go down to free AI outline generator. From here, let's say that we want to know how to caring for a Norfolk pine. Hit the enter key, and then the Surfer tool will analyze everything that's on the internet and come up with a viable platform. So from here we can see that we've got a couple of H2s that we can use, some H3s. So let's take a look at these real quick, shall we? Now we don't need to absolutely use all of these H2s and H3s, but it does give us some ideas about what to write about. In this instance, nurturing Norfolks year-round. However, if you read through this paragraph, it really doesn't sound like a person wrote it, obviously because it was AI created. Anyway, so we can go through and we can decide which ones we want to collect here. And by looking at the results, there really isn't a lot that's fitting the ideas of what I wanted to write about. I wanted to show a how-to for caring for a Norfolk pine. See, how to grow flowers, herbs, and vegetables indoors has absolutely nothing to do with what I want to write about. So I'll probably just wind up getting a few ideas myself. We'll uncheck the ones we don't want. So we'll probably keep Norfolk pines and then do the whole how-to below it. Get rid of that. Keep the resolving growing challenges. That might be a worthwhile addition to our article. We'll keep the potential there. Get rid of that. Don't need that. So now this here, that is way too long to be a header. So this is where you're going to come across some things from AI issues. Artificial intelligence is never going to be the best in the world. Well, at least not for the next 150 years. So we're definitely not going to keep that. And we're not going to worry about these because we don't have a community, policies, or cart. Okay. I have no idea how the hell these are coming into play, but you know, this is AI. So what's sad is that when I did this originally, the headers it gave me this morning were much better quality. So I don't know. I guess it's a shot in the dark, but it might give you some ideas. Like the Norfolk pines, I'm definitely going to change that to a how-to. I'm going to keep these two because that would be viable information. So it does give a couple ideas. So what I want to do is I want to hit copy selected, and that puts it into the computer's copy or clipboard. So if we go back to WordPress and go into the content here, we can paste those. And not only will it paste everything I selected, but it actually gives it the correct H2 tag, if you can see right here. And it's the same if you were to grab H3s and H4s, which I haven't seen an H4 in the Surfer AI outline generator, but it does give me H3s periodically, and there was one in particular that came out beautiful. So there is potential behind it. I just don't know how much I would actually use it. Now there will be times when the AI tool will give you H1s, and the H1 is reserved for the title heading of the blog post. You will never have more than one H1 in it. And if you use platforms like WordPress, the title of the blog post is technically the H1. You will never put an H1 anywhere on the content. But let's take a look at how the extension works for the AI tool. So I'll put in how to cook spam, and I'm kind of curious. So I'm going to generate an article outline. And click on that button there. And then we're provided with some headers. Spam is good. There should be a comma there, but actually no, it's not. Spam has a mouth-smelling pink stained pie. Okay, so Sometimes the AI will come up with some good stuff. Anyway, spam and scrambled eggs might be something I'd keep. Probably not. Spam's good. Why is spam so salty? Might want to keep that one and then answer the question. That could probably get you into a search snippet in Google if you answer it better than somebody else. Some question, do I have to cook spam before eating it? That might be worthwhile. A lot of people probably don't know. Why is spam so big in Hawaii? I don't know if I'd keep that one. Does spam taste good? If I was doing a review, I would leave that and then give my honest opinion, which is no. Can you eat spam raw? So here we can do, can you eat spam raw or do I have to cook spam before eating it? Both of these are the same question. So what I'd wind up doing is probably keeping the better one of the two, or the one that's most likely to be searched for. At this point, I'd probably take to Google and then research spam, eat spam raw or cook spam before eating. Whichever one has the highest results is the one I would stick with. Why is spam expensive? It's not. It's like one of the cheapest shit you can buy. I'm going to uncheck that. Tell me the meaning of spam. I might keep that, but remove tell me the meaning, or tell me the, and then put maybe the meaning of spam. Can I fry spam in an air fryer? Oh, I don't know. It's kind of loose. It'd probably fall through. Can you boil spam? Ew. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep all of these, including the H3, so I can show you how it works. So I'm going to hit copy selected. I'm going to go back to my blog post. I'm going to remove these ones and then add in the new ones. So as you can see, it does align all of the correct H2s, H3, and it is going to give you an H1 here. But remember, this is a blog post, so you do not ever want to put an H1 within content. Change that to a 2, and then we can add our title, which would be the H1. And then from there, we just answer all the questions we want. So like, why is spam so salty? Because it is. So there you go. Now you have content going underneath the header. So as you can see, the Surfer SEO free AI outline generator tool is kind of useful depending on the type of content you want to create, depending on your topics and a whole bunch of other factors. So you might get what you're looking for, might get some ideas out of it. It's something that I probably would never use on a regular basis because I like to go through the top articles and see what everybody else is writing and then try to improve on it. I am kind of curious to see if I can create some articles using nothing but the AI article generator just to see how well it ranks in Google. But that's probably going to be something that I'll probably do about 6 months down the road. Anything I write today is going to take a few months before it cycles through Google anyway, usually between 4 to 8 months, depending on the type of website you have, the topic of the content, how viral it goes. There's a lot of different factors that come in, but in general, I normally don't see any front page progress until about between the 4 and 6 month area of when I publish a blog post. So I'll probably write a couple with the AI tool, and then we'll see in a few months. And although it's not perfect, it does give a few ideas of the different types of content you want to create, and it can probably help you create the outline. So if you're ever suffering from something like writer's block for blogging, then give it a shot. And if you are curious about Surfer's AI outline generator, I'll leave a link in the description down below. So what's your favorite tool for finding content for blogging? Personally, I have quite a few different tools that I use for keyword research. I did a video about it recently, and I still use most of those today. I don't know if I'd ever use an AI generator that often, but I am going to write a few articles just because I'm curious. But anyway, don't forget that my new book, A Freelancer's Tale, is available on Amazon for ebook and paperback, and the link to my author's page is in the description down below as well. It's a story about how I started from freelance writing and using content mills to what I am doing today, all while suffering through a severe depression. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button. For more videos about freelance writing, blogging, WordPress, self-publishing, or anything else I cover, hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the notification bell. I think it's going to do it for me today, and I'll see you next time.